today, like most days, we started very positive, and I had one swing thought today, and that was to stand tall. To stand tall. That was my swing thought for today. I wanted to be smooth. I wanted to get the ball off my hand, try to get in under the ball, and just be smooth and deliberate with my throws, with my rolls. Anyway. And for the most part, it was okay. I had the swing thought was fine.
I
was wanting to just concentrate on that. And where I really messed up today was I went against my game plan, which I always use the IQ78U to pick up 10 pins. And actually, I'll use it to pick up a 5 pin sometimes because it's truer to throw at the pocket. I mean, it'll lay it down, and that's what it does. It just controls the pocket.
Pick it up this time.
Which means it controls the 5 pin, the head pin. And I went against that, which was a mistake and probably cost me 50 pins.
Pick it up this time.
Because I ended up missing 3 10 pins, a 5 pin, and a head pin. There you go. So that's 55 pins approximately. And that would have changed my score from a 572 to a 622 or a 630, somewhere in there. I have 36 pin handicap, should have been a 660. But like always, you see this is a little video thing going on here where is a reminder this was the downfall for the day. I missed that pin. I missed the 5 pin, which is ridiculous. And anyway, that was the downfall of the day. The winner of today's event was a 755 series, which this guy had 160 pins of handicap,
everything feels
something like
today,
that.
That's the main thing.
So I'd have had to bowl, a really good lights out series at the 720s or 730s to have overcome that deficit of in pins, which that's what happens during the handicap thing. Sometimes you'll get people in there that they're actually pretty good, but they got a low average, and they'll take advantage of that situation. That's just the downfall of doing bowling within the groups like this. I almost prefer to bowl with scratch because I am well able of bowling a 700 series if my hand is in good condition. And it's getting there. That's the thing. My hand is getting better. I'm going to probably keep it wrapped up with the tape and wear the glove. It's just going to have to be part of what I do, primarily because in the last 3 years I've bowled probably in the neighborhood of 4,000 games over that time. I've got documented at about 3,600 games on Lane Talk. So I've bowled a lot, and in a short amount of time. And I guess that was what I was striving to do, was to improve. And to make improvement, you've got to get out there and you've got to execute. But there, I've picked that up pretty well today. Anyway, I've got to remember that you don't go against how you practice. And I practiced with the IQ78U. I didn't pick it today because I thought, well, I can do this with my strike ball, and sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. My percentage rate is just lower with the strike ball than it is with the urethane ball. So I'll have to keep according to my game plan. I knew that going in, I shouldn't have done that, but I didn't want to switch out the thumb, and then I was just being lazy about it. After that, missed that second 10 pin or third, I can't remember now. But after I did correct it, went ahead and got the IQ78U out, and then had the opportunity, and I did convert. So I won't be pushing that envelope anymore. I'll stay with what I need to be doing. I've got the ball, the 3.0 Dynasty that I used for all 3 games. I really was in and around the pocket most of that time, so I can't really complain about the way I was bowling. I had a lot of 9 counts, so that meant I was doing pretty good with that. The only time that I really missed the pocket was when I was get too fast with it, or I would try to muscle it and come down on it too, just try to overpower it, or let my frustration come up and because I had missed one of those simple spare conversions. I need to keep preaching to myself about standing tall, rolling the ball. Got to relax, bring the ball through. I've been using that little mechanism of pumping the stride, practice throw, bring the ball up, a little higher in my stance, hold my hand to just to the right side of the ball, cup and cradle the ball with my left hand, and on the takeaway, just go ahead and push it out slightly and then drop the ball and then come back through it. I'll let it fall down naturally, get to the bottom and come up through it, out at the front of my toe, and then rotate the ball. That's what I'm supposed to do, and that's what I'll keep trying to do. After today's evaluation and looking at my hand position and what I was doing, I was fairly pleased with it. I noticed that my elbow is not quite as straight off the back as it could be. I remember, hearing that, okay, you have to have your elbow slightly crooked at the release at the bottom. When you're coming down, you straighten the elbow out. And I remember changing my backswing to where I had the elbow just a little bit of a bend in it at the top instead of straight up there, and as you come through, then you have a bend, and then you push it forward and to get it off your hand. And I went ahead and found it was easier if I had it just a little bit at the top with a little bend in it there. So that is something I'm going to be looking at and practice and seeing if I need to change that. But that ball right there was good. If I could repeat that every time like that, I would be a happy camper. I do have noticed today that the ball speed is beginning to come back, and I can only attribute that to my hand feeling a little bit better. I've learned quite a lot about being able to wrap my hand up and to take care of that tendon in there. And it takes me about 20 to 25 minutes to get that tape on there right. And I use quite a lot of that tape to accomplish that. So we'll keep doing that. And let's see what this thing right here is. How does that look? Well, that's beautiful right there. That's beautiful. That 6-pin come around there, kicked out that 10-pin. That was perfect. I think my approach up through there was good. My footwork was good, and I was executing, properly. That's what I need to do. This is the 10th frame here. I don't think this is quite as good as the first one, but I'm standing tall, rolling the ball. My hand comes back, practice swing, got it up at the top, cradling it, nice and smooth up at the top. Well, now it fell off, so it was a little rougher. Yeah, okay, this is the final throw. I over-muscled that one. I remember saying it here, I may be able to hear it, is I just muscled it up and tried to throw it too hard, which it was the last ball. And, if I'd have converted that, I would have had a 4-bagger to end the game or a ham bone, but I didn't. So it's something to think about in the future going forward. It's just to be able to stand tall, roll the ball, execute, and don't press. The less muscle you put on something in this game, the better off you are. It's just a nice fluid motion. Let the timing and the release of the ball, that'll bring forth the power. And the power of the ball is the gravity. You got to incorporate Mother Gravity, as I've been told. Let Mother Gravity help you with the situation. And, the weight of the ball today was not a problem. I was happy with that, and I think maybe my day of the 12-pound ball is going to be gone.
It's all right, Al.
I'm not going to worry with that anymore. Let's hear what Mike has to say now about the wrap-up.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to sign off here. It wasn't as good as I hoped it did. Alan did fine and kind of messed up there towards the end of it. 572 is what I had for that, so that's about a 190 average. I missed some simple spares, and that's kind of what did me in. But my hand, the thing about it was, I think I'm getting back to where my hand feels better, and I'm going to review the video and we'll see what happens. But anyway, as always, we want to thank God for today. It's the old age, you know. I've never been this old before, so I'm celebrating that.
I'll never be this young again.
You. And I'm bowled with good friends today. We had a good time. I had some good strikes, and I had some good attempts, and I'm still working on the game. This gives me a glimmer of hope for the future, considering I've gone through about 2 or 3 months now of a lot of problems with this hand, but it's coming around. So I want to thank God for that. Thank God for my family, my wife, my kids, my grandchildren, my dog Piper, and good friends like Karen and Alan. We'll putting this all together, and I'll put Karen and Alan's stuff together where they can put it on their YouTube. It's Pawpaw, Nana and Pawpaw's Adventures. So we'll sign off from Diamond Lanes. Thank you, amen, and hallelujah.